Bob is real estate agent in 2 states. Isn't it logistically tough? Like you must be driving on the I-94 every day.
Okay.
Buyers are wasting time.
No.
You gotta go into listings.
Nope.
So stupid. Connected.
My theory is, like any house I can get into makes me a better agent.
Thanks so much for tuning in. Today we're doing another podcast, and today I have Bob with me. We've known each other for a lot of years, like 7 already, probably. And today we're talking about real estate. Bob is real estate agent in 2 states.
2 states.
So I'll let you, Bob, a little talk about yourself, and so people get to know you a little better.
Okay. So I worked for the city of Chicago for 31 and a half years, retired. Looking for something to do, but I always had an interest in real estate, always.
Yeah.
Whether it was, rural out in the farmlands or downtown, and I had a loft condo down in Greektown in the 80s. Nobody had a loft down in Greektown in the 80s. I mean, there was 2 or 3 buildings down there. So that was a little bit of pioneering, but I also worked down there, so it worked out well for me.
Yeah.
First home was up on the northwest side of Chicago. Renovated it. Loved that part of it. Gutting it. Watching it put back together. Now, I didn't do the work myself. I did the gutting myself, but still facilitated, the progress on that home and built something for my family.
Well, we met at one of your projects. Do you remember? You don't remember? You taught me like the first open house that I did
Okay.
with you.
That was in Park
your
Ridge.
Flip.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
What
that's
was
right.
the street? Greenview or something?
It was Garden.
Garden. Yeah,
Garden.
something like
Yep.
you did addition.
We took a kind of a dilapidated ranch, 1 level, and gutted it, took
Yeah.
the roof off, and threw 4 bedrooms up with 2 bathrooms and laundry. And then we redid the first floor, kitchen, bath. So it was a beautiful home.
Yeah.
And it still is. I
remember
drive by.
The
I still
open
drive
house
by and
was
look
super
at it.
busy.
Yeah.
And you probably sold it right there.
No, it was a bad market.
It was a bad
bad
yeah,
market.
2017.
Yeah.
It was 2017
Yep.
when I got
It was a
into the
bad market.
business. I was
Right.
learning. Everything was kind of springtime or something.
Oh, see, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
cow.
That's what
Wow.
we.
Wow.
That's what we.
great.
Yeah. So now you're doing what? You're selling real estate in 2 states.
2 states. So
Why 2 states?
Why 2 states? One feeds off the next.
How about 3 states?
No, 3 is that's crazy town. So my wife and I bought a house in Delavan. All right, and
The other one's what?
Lake Delavan is just north of the border,
Wisconsin. Yeah.
and we just fell in love with it. I mean, we'll never give this place. I'll give up Park Ridge before I give up Delavan. Trust me. And and a friend of mine saw me, on Facebook, and he said, "Hey, you're in Wisconsin. You do real estate in Illinois. Why don't you get your license up here?" I said, "You know what?" I said, "Funny you should say that." And he's a mortgage broker.
Yeah.
Right? So Dave Luzak, he's in Elkhorn, and he's phenomenal. All my clients go to Dave because he holds their hand. He makes it through. He makes it a seamless process.
He only works in Wisconsin. Yeah.
Pardon me?
He only works in Wisconsin.
Nationwide.
Oh, he's
Nationwide. He
What-
does
what
Florida.
company?
He's with CIBC.
Oh, CIBC Bank. Yeah.
So I've known Dave since high school.
Yeah.
So, and it's important for my clients to have someone that's going to hold their hand. This is a very stressful purchase.
Oh yeah.
So, at that point I said, Dave, my wife mentioned the same thing. I've actually got online. I'm looking, and we're going to do it. I'm going to get my license up there. So I got my license up there, and I joke, I say it's free money because we have a house up there. People come up there, and they want a house up there. They come visit, and next thing you know, they're like, "Hey, find me something."
Yeah.
So now that's what I've been
What
doing.
you got? Like a lake? You got a?
It's on the water. We have a little bar. It's a boathouse. It's really just a bar right on the edge of the water.
Yeah.
And it's heaven. It's heaven. We
Really?
get wonderful neighbors.
What's the price ranges over there?
All right, we're in there 5.5 years now.
Different price when you bought.
We couldn't afford it today. That's how much the market has changed. We could
Wow.
not afford the house we enjoy today if we were to go try and buy it.
See?
We'd have to sell Park Ridge to do it.
By
Lake Geneva is right next to us, so we're 7.5 minutes away from Fontana
Yeah.
and from Williams Bay. So we enjoy all the restaurants and everything Lake Geneva has to offer. We just don't pay the prices to be on that lake. I mean,
Yeah.
homes now, back when we bought, they were going for $2.5, $3 million. Now they're going for $5 and $6 million, $10 million.
Wow.
Lake Geneva. Inventory drives
Yeah.
price. There's no inventory.
So you're selling more there now,
I'm selling more there now than I am here, but that's been my focus.
but you live in here. You live here.
Yeah.
But
I do.
isn't it logistically tough? Like you must be driving on the I-94 every day.
Okay.
Twice a day.
So sometimes I do. I mean, I do a lot of turnarounds.
Yeah.
For me, it's worth it. I mean, remember, we're chasing a commission that dictates service.
Right.
And with that, during COVID, everyone went up to their lake house to work remotely and never went home. This impacted the marinas. It impacted the restaurants. It impacted the bars. It impacted every aspect of the community up there. People just weren't going home. They came up in April and they never left. And I hear this from the marinas because they're going to tell you the temperature of the lake, okay? And one question I have to ask whatever business I go into and I strike up a conversation with the business owner is, how did COVID impact you?
Right.
And for the in and out service on Lake Delavan, you'd call up and say, hey, grab my boat. I want to come out in half an hour. Okay, boat will be there. They put the boat in the water. These people that paid for that service were paying X amount for the entire season. They might use that boat 3 or 4 times that entire month. Now they're using it 3 or 4 times that entire week, right? Because they're there, they're taking a break from work, they're going to get on the boat, maybe watch the sunset, maybe take it to the in-between, have a burger, or Lake Lawn Lodge.
So this place is like a hidden gem or something. Like
Well,
everybody.
the secret's out on Delavan. Yeah, it used to be a hidden gem.
Yeah.
It used to be
Secret's
a hidden
out.
gem. Secret's out. Lake Como is the new hidden gem. Smaller lake.
So you know all these pockets.
Yeah, they're wonderful. They're wonderful communities.
You think you know Wisconsin now? Like
My focus is on the lake communities, Pleasant Prairie, and anywhere in between. So south,
pretty close.
southern
East Coast,
Wisconsin,
yeah. Southern Wisconsin,
yeah.
close to the border.
Right, close to the border.
So how much you sold in Wisconsin last year?
Over 10 million.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it was a good year. It was a good year.
So everything that I see the postcard, that's what you sell. That's what you send out.
This is what I send out. 2.9. You've got 3.1.
Where do these people come from? Where do these people come from?
They come from all over.
So they're coming from typically what states? You say
Illinois.
But there could be other states.
There could be, and
But you haven't tapped into it.
I haven't tapped into it.
Yeah.
So
I can give you some suggestions because I'll tell you a lot of people that are interested, like looking for vacation places.
Yeah.
It could be YouTubing.
sure.
And
Right.
if you are having some
Right.
content around these areas,
Right.
you're attracting.
Yeah.
And then you have your links to the Zillow profile that you're selling there. No matter where they come from, you're a magnet.
Well, we got to talk about that then.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
This is good for listing leads, right? For like
This is good for listing leads. So as an agent, I really haven't gone after listing leads. I've been primarily buyers. I love working with buyers. I love going around. I mean, it gets
Yeah.
me in more homes, certainly.
yes.
And I get to know these people. They
Yeah.
become friends.
Yeah.
They're my new neighbors.
Yeah,
And
I hate when the agents say, buyers are wasting time.
No.
You got to go into listings.
Nope.
So stupid. You get to know these people. Then they future sellers too.
They're future sellers
They're going to
too.
be future selling with you for future. Like you get to learn about the areas more. You get to learn about the people. You get connected.
My
with
theory
people
is, like any house I can get into makes me a better agent.
more. For sure.
Any house I can get into.
For sure. You're always learning something, seeing new stuff.
Seeing new stuff, seeing what's allowed, understanding the regulations of the DNR up
Yeah.
there, and
That's a good statement. I'm gonna write it down on the wall. The more houses I get to, the better agent. I become.
It's true.
Man,
I
so
feel
good.
that for me to get it, it's never a waste of time to get into a house.
Oh my
I've
God.
learned something from it.
This is for new agents to hear. That's so good. Let's say that put the houses and the neighborhoods aside. The meeting people every time. There's new questions, new concerns, and then you learn how to.
Every
this is something
opportunity
new.
is a learning opportunity.
How do I
Everyone.
uncover
Everyone.
this? How do I see I thought that they're gonna like this. What's happening? And what questions should I ask to uncover what's going on in their head?
Right.
So this is I'm very
It teaches
fascinated.
me new questions to ask.
Yes, I'm very fascinated about questions to ask to people. I love to swim in that pool. Like I like to ask. This is better than that I used to use. This is better, going to help. Like sometimes when the client wants to buy a house, I like to ask them, how you feel about it. You slept over, like you slept the night thinking about it. Now you wake up new day. Maybe you change your mind, and they like it. They like to hear this. I'm just not pushing them into the house. I like to know what they feel. So this I love to learn these new questions.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So this is perfect. You know, the opportunity to get into more homes helps you become the better agent. Yeah. I like that. I never heard it.
Yeah. No, I believe it because I feel it.
Yeah.
I feel it. But you asked about 2 states.
Yeah.
So 2021, I would literally get up in the morning, grab a cup of coffee, 7:30, and I'm on looking at the hot sheets, what came on overnight. Mm-hmm. And if something fell into one of my buyers' brackets, I would call them. It could be 7:30 in the morning. It could be 11:30 at night. Something pops up. I have to let them know.
Yeah.
We should be in the car within the hour, and we would do that. So I would meet them at the property, and we would go look at it. And sometimes my clients were driving 2 hours, where I'm only driving an hour and 20. So that's 4 hours for them in the car just to do a turnaround. Mm-hmm. But they're willing to do it. And
yeah. Oh, that shows a lot of motivation too.
Well, because you have to.
Yeah.
These are not. You can't sit there and go, okay, well, it came up Tuesday. Well, we're free Saturday. By 1 o'clock that day, it'll be gone. So, and I always tell my clients, our goal on any house that comes up is to have it under contract by noon if that's the house you want. And that's happened.
Things are selling so fast there, yeah?
Things are selling crazy.
Wow.
And because there's no inventory.
Yeah.
And throw the fact that
maybe you should build.
That's not my. That's a little too slow for me.
Uh-huh.
I do have friends that are looking into doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and they're very good builders.
Sure.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I know the Michigan too is kind of going to come up. You know, the new Buffalo, Michigan area. Maybe you should get a license sell there too.
No. There's one thing I just don't like is coming around the bottom of Lake Michigan on a Sunday evening. That traffic is horrendous.
Oh yeah, it's traffic.
So
traffic.
Where you jump on 290 or 90 and you're heading home, you don't run into any traffic until maybe when you get really close, and it's only for about 5 minutes.
Yeah, I love it. Like I go to Lake Geneva a lot every winter. Every summer we go to Lake Geneva.
Well, you got to come up by me.
Yeah, I never.
Because I'm only. If you're going to Lake Geneva,
I know Fontana.
And you're over in Fontana.
I know Lake Geneva.
Yeah.
Delavan, no idea.
Well, you'll learn a lot about Delavan. We'll bring you up and give you a ride.
You sold this house?
I sold that house.
2.9.
Yep.
My biggest sale was 1.3. You sold like the other one, the 1.3, 1.26. Those were my highest sales.
Well,
so 10 million you did in Wisconsin.
That house, that's got a great story to it.
Yeah.
The clients, so I sold their condo, right? So they have a beautiful condo. It's stunning condo. 2 units combined, and it's gorgeous. But they wanted more space, and they wanted their own pool. Found them a lot. We spent 8 months looking for a lot in Geneva National that possibly could have a pool. It's very tight restrictions in Geneva National. Beautiful properties, though, hands down. They found the lot. We went in. We locked it down. Now we close on the lot. Well, this comes up. And I'm looking at these photos, and I'm thinking, isn't this what they're trying to accomplish in Geneva National?
Uh-huh.
I send it, right, and I don't hear anything for 2 hours. They're hard working. They're busy. They run a lot of businesses. And a couple hours comes back and says, "Oh my God, can we get it? Can we get in at 4 o'clock today?"
$3 million.
Well, what it turns out is that's everything that they were trying to accomplish.
Yeah.
Without having to go through 2 years of construction.
Stuff. Yeah.
Right. So
just bought that. What did it do with the land?
We close on it next Wednesday. We sold it.
Oh, you sold it.
So we're closing on it in a week.
Made some money or no?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
How much was the land?
I believe was 165.
Man, you're turning around these millions dollar price ranges over there. Well, it worth to drive a little bit.
It's does that not make it worth the drive?
It makes it worth to drive.
More importantly, every one of my clients, I have not heard anything where they were not happy or satisfied.
Oh, that's full time, right?
It's what I do full time now.
You got 9 more homes. There's nothing cheap in here. There's a little bit of land of 160.
Yeah. So that's what we bought. We bought that lot. Lake property, lake life is expensive.
Yeah.
But there are hidden gems. Mm-hmm. You've got lake communities. In a lake community, like an association, you can live in a nice, quiet little area, have a public access. If you want to leave your boat in year round, you have Lake Lawn Lodge. So you have areas that you can rent the spot. Lake Lawn is also like a little mini yacht club.
This is YouTube 100%. Not only YouTube, but you also do the Facebook. You do some videos. You can do it from your cell phone too. You can get into one area, talk a little bit about the cell phone, about the area on a cell phone. You get from a different angle. You go this. You show up. You show the area a little bit. Then maybe you can Carlos can help you out with the drones a little bit.
Yep.
Put up the video together. put on YouTube, which helps you with the title and
absolutely.
SEO.
Sure.
And then you plug into the Facebook for your friends to discover this beautiful area.
Every sale I have, when I get under contract, I do a pending,
Yeah.
a little history about the property. Then when it closes,
What do you do? Postcards?
just a post.
Yeah.
Just a post, but then I share it to my ad properties in Illinois,
Uh-huh.
and I share it to my personal Facebook. So with that, I've got 1,000 people on my personal that are seeing this, and then I have several hundred on my other two.
Yeah.
And when I do a closing here, I do the same thing. I push it to my Melgus Facebook and my personal Facebook. It's just share it and let people see it. But videos, people will click on. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like people might be researching like best places to, I don't know, to buy a house for retirement, right? And then it will give them the Google list, something. And then they start research. Oh, I don't know, Wisconsin's not too far from me. Let's see. Google the place, and then your video shows up because YouTube's owned by Google, and then the video will show up as one of the first. This marketing strategy is good for places where there's buyers are coming in too. Like
Sure.
Illinois, we have people leaving.
Oh, absolutely.
People leaving.
They're going
to Georgia, South Carolina, Florida,
Indiana,
Texas,
across the border.
Indiana. So if
Pleasant
I'm in
Prairie,
those
across the
markets,
border.
I'm doing videos about the market, about the areas, and I'm putting them on YouTube. For those that are leaving, you can't really do that because they're Googling other stuff. Where are they going to first?
Right.
You know?
Right. And there are stats on that.
Which actually a good idea for agents who want more listings is to partner up with agents that are in the states that are receiving clients. And those people will be selling after they buy.
And you mean to get the referral?
Yeah.
So
listing.
if we have a client leaving,
You partner up with agents in Texas,
Yeah.
Florida, South Carolina.
it's tough because not everyone's going to the same spot. Now,
Of
a lot
course.
of people might be
Of
going
course.
to Florida, but there's a whole range of Florida's.
Of course.
a 15-hour ride from
100%.
south. So with that,
Citadel is leaving Illinois, going to Miami. How many people are leaving? 1,000 probably.
sure.
So they're going to Miami. There's got to be a couple agents that are going to be doing business with them, and they're going to be referring. If half of these people, there's 500 listings then.
So I've got a postcard going out in Park Ridge, and it's going to touch on second homes, lake homes.
How about you go and send out postcards to Winnetka, Lake Forest?
I'll get there.
You know?
I'll get there. I
Like-
want to see. This is my test bubble right now.
Yeah.
Because I'm here.
Yeah.
And
People, I like it. I like
people will
this stuff.
start to at least recognize me around town a little bit, and with
Yes.
that, they start feeling more comfortable and that they can ask a question.
How do you feel about doing videos like you on the video right now? What do you think?
Doesn't
about
bother me. This didn't come easy.
it? When I'm doing radio, podcast, camera, I have no problem. No problem at all. But when I see a group of people, then when it's different for me.
You know what? I was at your seminar a couple of weeks ago. I thought you did fine. I really did. I was kind of impressed. I thought there was a full room.
Yeah.
And I know you do the podcasts, but I haven't seen any large groups like that. I thought you did pretty good. I really do.
This real estate thing, I love. You know why I love real estate? Because you, as an agent, always need to improve yourself.
Yeah.
Acquire new skills, whether
Yep.
it's a marketing skills, people skills, social skills, talking, public speaking skills, video editing skills, everything. You just become better. And there's so much room to
Yes.
grow. Nobody's perfect. You got so much room to grow.
Exposure is the best teacher.
That's right.
Expose yourself to this. I mean, get out there and
Yes.
working with
Baptism
clients
by fire.
is necessary exposure, right? This is not necessary exposure. This is
We cannot do
this
it. We don't have to do this.
but it certainly
Yeah.
helps.
Yeah.
It certainly helps.
Yeah.
But again, you get more comfortable with every time you do it.
Oh, sure. Like I used to think about I have a podcast and I have a radio. This would consume my whole mind for a day. Then I do it. Whew. Now it's just being on a schedule. You know,
Right.
No problem.
Right.
I'll do. I want to
Repetition,
do it.
repetition, repetition.
Yeah, but of course I can. We don't have to do this. We don't have to do anything. We just sit home and wait for the phone to ring, and it just never rings. Do you believe in billboards?
I don't. I don't think I've ever bought anything from a billboard, or I see the bus stops.
Yeah.
I think it's just one more reminder for people that already know who you are.
Yeah.
I think there's other ways
it's
to do it.
expensive reminder.
It's an expensive reminder. Where these aren't cheap. They're not cheap. But you know what? They're repetitive and they show results.
What if you could put the same price on the billboard and the same price will cost you with postcards? What would you do?
I wouldn't do it.
Which one would you do?
I would do this.
Postcards or
I would do the postcards.
Yeah.
And here's why. At least from and we all do it, from the group of mail that we walk in the house with to the garbage can is where these usually go.
Yeah.
But in that transition, they'll see my face, they'll see something,
Yeah.
they'll see a house that they know.
They'll register.
Something they'll register. And maybe on the third one, they might actually take a couple more seconds or toss it on the counter for a little bit because they heard someone that might be looking or they might be looking. So, again,
It's an old school technique, 50-year-old,
but
it still works.
It still works. It still works.
Are you committing yourself for 2023 to do something extra than you did in 2022? Can you put that on camera?
Can I put it on camera? Oh God! You know what? I guess I can because I am committed. So I would like.
That's so good.
I would like to double what I did in Wisconsin. If I can, but if I can spread that across with Illinois and Wisconsin,
20 million.
20 million.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
I think it's doable.
Oh,
I think it's doable. We're off to I think a
momentum
good start.
going.
We got a little momentum going, and you have
how long have you been doing in Wisconsin? For a couple of years already.
4 years.
4 years.
4 years.
I
Yeah.
remember.
Melgus Real Estate. It's right next to the Starbucks down in Lake Geneva. Hans Melgus is the managing broker. I couldn't ask for better. Great group of staff, co-workers.
How many agents you?
It's a boutique.
Boutique?
It's a boutique
Like us?
shop. There's 10. The support we get is terrific.
Can you buy anything
knew the
for
people.
less than $1 million over there?
Not on Lake Geneva. No.
Yeah.
No. I mean, look at Delavan. 1.3 on a lot. That's an empty lot. That's Delavan. Delavan's secret is out. Delavan was it was drained over 30 years ago because it was overgrown, weeds and just carp, and it was just a real foul lake. I think the number was like 15 or 17 million they invested in the community. So this is 30 plus years ago, and with that they put in new sewers. They got everyone off septics. They worked with the farmers to change the fertilizers so that they wouldn't leach into the lake and support that weed growth. They drained the lake, scraped all the vegetation out, and then they refilled the lake and restocked the lake. That lake is gorgeous. It's one of the most beautiful lakes I've been on, and it's wonderful. That community is wonderful, and everyone still remembers Delavan as, oh no, don't go there. They haven't been there 30, 40 years. Okay, we just bought a house over on Como, not on the water, but 2 blocks off. We're going to Airbnb that.
Oh,
because that community is on the rise. The secret's getting out.
should I buy a house like that?
Should you buy a house
No,
like
it's
that?
too expensive. But like having
If you wanted to do an Airbnb, let it make money for you,
right. Okay.
and then block out the weekends you want to go up with your family.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Now you have something that's positive.
Maybe we do it
cash flow.
Yeah, like I like to keep it so it pays for itself.
Well, no,
Like, I don't have-
it'll not
it's
just
not
pay
gonna-
for itself. It'll bring you profit.
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah,
As long-
and it's for the most part it's automated. You set it up through the Airbnb. The key is good cleaning people.
Right. I'm not really like a big Airbnb guy. I'm not really too much into it, but I'd like to have something on the lake for me myself.
Yeah.
And it's paid for. It's just on its own can sustain.
There's condo hotels, right?
Condo, no.
Well, condo
house.
hotel.
Yeah,
They'll give you a 5 to 6% return on your money annually.
I'd like the house.
Like a house? Okay. On the water?
Well, I don't know. It's going to be 2.9.
That's like Geneva prices. On Delavan, you'll still be 2.9 now. I mean,
In the winter it's cold
happens.
in there. It's cold in there in the winter.
Yeah, but it's still worth going up.
Yeah.
We go up, we start a fire, and we just hang out. Pop a bottle of wine. It's heaven.
Yeah.
It's heaven. You can't beat it.
Yeah, because I grew up in a village in Ukraine.
Okay.
So I'm used to this is like I would feel like home. Right?
Yeah,
City
yeah.
life is not what I'm used to. Even little suburbs close to city, it's not where I'm used to. I'm used to a lot of land, peace. Dogs are running around even if they're not supposed to.
Right,
like
right.
a little wild.
Yeah. Out in the urban land or the rural land, I should say. Yeah.
Yeah.
But for what you're talking about, you could find a house not far from a lake with a couple acres like that. That's reasonable. That's affordable. So our goal is we have enough people coming north to the lakes, looking for lakefront or lake association properties. Second home for their family. Kids are growing up. They want to provide this opportunity for them. So my goal and Hans Melgus's goal is to go after buyers before they even leave the state. And the best way to do that is to work with these smaller realtors out there, like Komar, okay, independents. And you don't have an affiliate up in Lake Geneva. I want to be that affiliate. And I want to do that because you're going to have a client. And I think at your seminar, I had 4 people come up to me and ask for my card because they got clients. And they're with smaller outfits. So we're looking to get the buyer before they even come, but we're willing to share that with the agent that's providing that to us.
Sure, yeah.
So at that point, we're happy to do a 30% referral. I call it free money.
Free money.
Agent calls me up, Bob, I got a client. They're looking in that area. They send them my way. When we close on that deal, 30% goes back to the brokerage, and then they divvy it up.
If somebody's listening and is not licensed, you have to be licensed in order to
get a referral. Yes,
get a referral.
Yes, you do. Right. That's why I mentioned agent. You're right. Yes. Point of clarification.
That becomes illegal.
Right.
But between agents, it's all the time it's done.
Yeah.
For you, like in Wisconsin, that's the place where people are moving to, like in Texas, Florida, and all these other states.
Right.
For you, same thing. You partner up with a bunch of agents that leaving states, New York, Illinois, Connecticut, all these other states.
And the best
that's what they refer
place to be is right across the southern border of Wisconsin.
Sure.
Because that's where people are. They want to stay close. They're connected here. My roots are here.
And even like you mentioned, Airbnb makes sense there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
you do an Airbnb, that's going to provide income, but it's also you block out whatever weekends you want.
But let me ask you this:
enjoy it yourself.
Airbnb. So what's the cheapest Airbnb I can get, other than the condo?
To purchase, as far as property, they vary, and again, location dictates price.
Anything for 300, 400,000.
The house my wife and I bought is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home with a 0.6 acres lot, so it's just over half an acre, and we can carve off a lot and still have a huge yard. We pay $265.
Oh, that's pretty good.
And we'll have it up and running by
April.
April.
You sold this big house for $595.
No, that's a condo.
Oh,
That's a condo. Yeah, that's a condominium. I worked, now here's a case in point, smart buyer, savvy buyer. We worked almost a year together to find the right property. They understood the market, inventory's low, prices are up. But this one here, that condo, you look right across the street, there's a beautiful lake view with sunsets that are amazing, and their boat is right across the road too.
I can see my wife watching this. And
wanting
trying
that?
to bring me there. Because we are, we go to Lake Geneva a lot. Yeah. Every summer.
Yeah. Well, I mean this. You have to come over by us. We're only 7.5 minutes away.
Yeah.
And we'll get you on the boat.
Yeah.
And we'll give you a ride around the lake and go to lunch.
We're sold.
And you will be sold. Yeah.
All right, Bob. Thanks so much for coming in today. It was my pleasure.
Ole.
Yeah. Thanks so much, Bob. Yeah. Hope to see you next time. Thank you, guys. See ya.